Thank you very much. Usually it's Juana in Spain, but it's perfect. Don't worry. I'll try to share
We
my.
cannot hear you, Juana.
No, so I'm not mute now.
Yeah, we can. I mean, I hear you well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
Okay.
you share the screen or?
Okay.
Okay. Now we see also your screen. You
Nice.
just need to put it in. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, first of all, we would like to thank you very much for this invitation on behalf of all ToNoWaste partners and especially by ToNoWaste coordinator Maria Jesus Muñoz Torres. With this title, Assessing the Sustainability Impact of Food Losses and Waste Prevention and Reduction Solutions within EU regulatory framework, we would like to remark that our main unit of analysis is the prevention and reduction solution for the reduction of or the prevention of food losses and waste, okay, and its impacts. So it's important for us to remark at the beginning. Let me make a brief introduction about ToNoWaste project. It's towards a new zero food waste mindset based on a holistic assessment to waste. It's an European project for discovering successful approaches toward food waste prevention and reduction of food losses and waste. Its main objective is to provide farmers, supply chain companies, as well as consumers, policymakers, objective, integrated, standardized information regarding the impacts, benefits of the daily actions regarding food loss and waste. In fact, we would like to inspire them to create a portfolio of positively assessed pathways to shift the Europe towards a healthier, more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable food production and consumption. These general objectives are being segregated in 8 more concrete objectives. The first one is to co-design an open innovation research ecosystem regarding food losses and waste causes and potential solutions. With that in mind, we would like to we'll have to reflect on what does it mean to make the best decisions regarding food losses and waste prevention and reduction actions, considering the impacts of these solutions. The next step after this question is the co-creation of a science-based framework for the assessment of these solutions, of these actions, considering these parameters for identify as for supporting this decision-making process. Once this science-based framework is defined, the next step is to transform it into algorithms. Okay, so introduce ICT tools, support tools too. In fact, we want to encourage real collaboration of the different members of the food system, of the whole supply chain. We have a full supply chain approach. So policymakers, consumers, primary producers, and other supply chain members are key actors in this project. Of course, organizations. So that's the reason why we have a specific objective focus on encourage organizations for changing, okay, for changing towards this food losses and waste prevention and reduction. And of course, all these objectives should be aligned with current policies, but also to promote the change. If we detect that during this research process, changes in regulation in food losses and waste prevention and reduction policies. Okay. Okay, focuses on this, the ToNoWaste science-based assessment framework that we have developed during this 21 months. Okay, we have to remark that we are in the month 21st. First of all, we would like to highlight that during our participatory and engagement, stakeholder engagement activities. One of the main aspects highlighted was that the food losses and waste prevention and reduction is a very complex problem with multiple causes, and there exists a frequent misunderstanding of the terminology of the daily activities. For instance, the difference between waste and loss, the scope of food losses and waste in a European context, the treatment of the non-edible part, okay, and so on. The discussion among ToNoWaste stakeholders remarked that there are a wide range of solutions available for addressing the issue of preventing and reducing food losses and waste, but the assessment by the practitioners of the impacts in terms of sustainability, that is the economic, social, environmental impact of these actions, are in an embryonic stage. So for that end, we have developed a scheme, a ToNoWaste science-based framework for identifying the economic, social, and environmental impacts of these actions through the entire food supply chain, considering the sustainability framework analysis of the action, and a specific sustainability assessment tool of impacts and hotspots, and a reporting tool for supporting this tool decision making. So this science-based framework developed will allow decision makers, policymakers, consumers, primary producers, and other members of the supply chain to make the best decisions regarding food losses and waste prevention and reduction. That is, to consider that not only we have to prevent or reduce food losses and food waste, but also we have to consider the reduction or the management of this economic, environmental, and social impact of these actions in order to determine what is the best one. Okay, let me focus briefly on this assessment framework. It is based on a previous European project, a SMART project. This main structure with has three main steps. As I said before, the sustainability framework analysis, the sustainability assessment tool, and the reporting tool, and other three processes, relevant processes, procedures, assurance processes, information traceability on the whole framework, and a continuous improvement process. Regarding the first stage, which kind of information? Basic information regarding the solution and the diagnosis. It should be useful, for example, in this part to design or to make explicit a flow chart of the action to determine where are the most relevant hotspots in the production of food losses or waste. Another relevant aspect could be to develop an stipulate analysis of the general environment of the action, with analysis of the social, economic, environmental, legal, political, ethical, and demographic factors. Also to analyze the own sustainability strategy of the organization, of the owner of the solution of this action. Okay. And of course, to develop an inventory, also an life cycle inventory of the solution. That is, to determine the inputs, to determine the outputs. In that case, we can use current databases and current software in order to support the owners in this identification process. It's key also to identify these fresh food loss avoided and these fresh food waste avoided. Two relevant KPIs in this process. Regarding the sustainability assessment tool, we would like to remark that we have introduced key advanced tools for the measurement of the environmental footprint, for example, the EF 3.0 promoted by the European Commission, the social footprint, in this case encouraged by UNEP, but also it's possible to introduce the currently developed ISO social life cycle assessment standard and the economic footprint, mainly focus on life cycle costing. The next step is with all this information, okay, because we will have quantitative information regarding a set of categories, environmental, social, and economic categories. We will develop an analysis of the what are the most relevant, a hotspot analysis in the next step, the hotspot analysis tools. Considering these quantitative results, but also information about the general environment identified in the first step by steep analysis, the sustainability management carried out by the organization, also results of social change identified in other work
Juana,
packages. Yes?
so sorry, but
Yeah?
you are out of time. If you
Sorry,
can.
I finished.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yes, and as a result of that, we will have sustainability impact, introducing multi-criteria decision-making methods for synthesize this information. And we also analyze capacity of continuous improvement and manage risk. The final step is the reporting tool that will be supported by the ICT tools that are being developed with a public platform for usable for users, but another to automatize all these calculations, okay? Only to remark that all this information is explained in the technical deliverables that we have already developed and that are available in our website, especially the 1.1 accounting methods, the design of this size-based framework in the work packet, the 1.2, and especially in the report of the work package 2, coordinated by my colleague Idoia Ferrero, is in this deliverable 2.1. We have also one high journal article published, a publication in this high journal, only as picture of our 21 partners from 7 countries. Okay, and that's all. Thank you very much for your attention.